So now that we have the code available right here, let's actually try using it. So I could just open this in good old Visual Studio, but I actually started just liking Writer. So it's a JetBrains tool right here. Now we are going to end up using WebStorm later on. So that's another JetBrains tool. So I just wanted to start using Writer because I think it's pretty powerful both on Windows and on the Mac. And I'm always looking for good cross-platform tools because when I teach, I always teach on both platforms anyway. So I installed Writer. Now you can get free student license, so you can go and grab that if you're a student, or else you'll have to pay something for Writer. It's not free. You can also actually go and get ReSharper instead. Let me try and show you that one, because JetBrains, they also provide something called ReSharper. And most companies, to be honest, if they don't have Writer, they use ReSharper instead. So let's just try and jump in here. You can go and get ReSharper right here from JetBrains if you want to, and add that to Visual Studio. And again, it costs money, of course. You can get a free trial, but then it costs money. So I thought, why just not skip it all and jump through hoops and have ReSharper on Visual Studio? Why not just take their actual tool for working with software inside with C#, right? So that's why I picked Writer. So you can go and grab it yourself if you want to, or you can use Visual Studio. Not a big thing. Now when I have this open, I'm going to actually open my project right here, so I can say open solution or project, and I'm going to pick my new C# master that we created. It's called C# clean REST API right here. I'm going to open that one, and let's just say okay, and hopefully we'll start looking at this in Writer. I also made a few other changes in my IDE, small things, small changes, but you can do it if you want to. I have the project right here in a second, and I did it so that whenever I open a tab, it only actually opens that one tab. And when I jump between tabs, it actually, well, it just only opens one tab all the time. So let me try and show you what I mean here. Even though I jump into a repository, you'll notice that it's only one tab open right here. I just think it's annoying to have a gazillion tabs open in Visual Studios and having to close them manually. I think it's a small thing, but that's why I've done it. It builds now behind the scenes and starts building this. And before we do anything, let's just make sure the program actually runs. So I'm going to run default right here, up here in the corner. I'm just going to keep all the default settings, and I'm going to run the project now. This should work just like it would on the Visual Studio, except that it opens a small terminal down here. Yeah, that's fine. It opens a small terminal down here that actually runs the program. So I have it integrated into my actual program right here. I think that's pretty neat as well. So I don't have to switch back and forth between a command prompt and Visual Studio and stuff like that. I know Visual Studio have the same thing. So it's really up to you which one you want to use. So I'm going to click one right here, and I can list all my customers, honky dory, and let's see, there we have the two customers, and everything's still running. Let's just add a customer just to make sure that it also runs. Let's just list all customers again, and there we go. Now we have a new customer, so everything's still running. You guys now know that your program is running. You can test it out. Everything should be working perfectly. You can choose Writer, you can choose Visual Studio, you can set up your code. And next lesson, what we're going to do is we're actually going to try and step by step see each of these different calls right here for the get all customers, how we will go through the entire beautiful system to get some data. See you next time. Have fun.